Hey everybody, it's Denise. How are you on this beautiful day? I just thought of something and I wanted to come to you guys really quick. It's funny, this subject came up in my memories feed today, and it was something that a bunch of us had a conversation about last year when we went to our Tony Horton event up in New York, up in Omega last year. And it ended up being something that we kind of laughed about for the whole weekend, and it's something I actually didn't know. Pat Riddle, I bet you're going to know what it is. But we talked about bananas. We were talking about food and different foods and eating clean and that stuff that we like to talk about. And it was really funny that Tony made a comment about bananas and that he really doesn't eat bananas anymore. And we were like, well, why wouldn't you eat a banana? You'd think a banana would be really healthy, and it's something that we could add to our diet. And it is healthy, but it was interesting that, and this is something I didn't even know, that the sugar content of a banana changes depending on how ripe the banana is. The calorie content doesn't change, but the sugar content changes, which I found very interesting. So almost like if you guys have ever heard of like glycemic index. A lot of foods are based on what glycemic index being 0, meaning there's not a lot of sugar in it, all the way up to 100. Like a piece of white bread would be 100 on the glycemic index scale. So a banana that is ripe has an index of like 30, and when it's not ripe, it's 30. When it's ripe, it's almost 60. So like we even talked about, so like when you use a really ripe, like overripe, like mushy banana, like in banana breads and stuff, that's because it's sweeter. And it's gonna make your the foods that you cook with and bake with sweeter. And right away, the nurse in me says, I wonder if diabetics know about that, because a diabetic should be really careful about if they're eating a lot of bananas. So I think that's just something for people to be really conscious of. But the other thing we brought up was the riper the banana, the higher the antioxidants are in the banana, which I thought was interesting. And antioxidants are good for us, so I thought that was pretty cool too. So if you want to have a really ripe banana, like adding it in a smoothie, like sometimes I'll put it in my Shakeology, but I only do a half a banana. So when I have a banana, I only do half. Like I follow the portion fix program, and I get to have 2 fruits a day, and one of them, if I have a banana, I'm only having half a banana. That's just, I think, because of the sugar content. So it's just something I thought that was interesting that some people probably don't know. Like I actually, here is like a green banana. So this is like, probably says it's not really ripe, and a lot of people don't like to eat them like this. But this could potentially be like the best time to eat them when you're talking about the sugar content. That's when I like to eat them. But and they say you can put them in the fridge too, and that kind of stops the process of ripening them too fast. So if anyone else has any scoop about banana or things that maybe your doctor's told you, I know too it's high in potassium, so it's great, like especially if you're on diuretics, it's good to have to keep your potassium level up. But some people, if they're on beta blocker cardiac meds, you have to be careful, because those are what they call potassium sparing drugs. So you don't necessarily lose potassium, so sometimes your potassium go up if you eat bananas. So you never thought you had to know so much about a banana. But I'm actually going to blog about it because I thought it was interesting and might be helpful information for people. But it's something that is a good thing to have in your diet, probably more earlier in the day. It does actually help you lose weight too, because it's very filling. It's high in fiber. It's got vitamin B6 and vitamin C, which is really good. Not a lot of protein, but the carb source, it's probably about 24 grams, and it's about 105 calories for like a medium-sized banana. So something to keep in mind. Oh, here's Pat saying, I knew, Pat, you were going to know about it. Non-ripe bananas. See? I know. It's so interesting. I just find, I think you just take these fruits for granted, and you don't realize that there's little known facts that you should know. So I just wanted to share that and throw that out there. So if comment below if you have any other comments about them, because we're always just trying to help each other. And I'm just wishing you, again, a healthy day. Enjoy your Wednesday. And I'll talk to you guys real soon. All right. Bye.